Welcome back to the podcast, Stan. It's good to see you guys.
Hello.
How you doing, Ginge?
Doing all right.
Good. I like that you're doing all right.
Yeah. It's like I'm doing all right.
It's not. I'm doing all right. Context.
Yeah.
You ever see that? Key and Peele episode where they do the skit about no context to text messages?
Yeah. He's you want to go right now? Oh, okay. We're gonna go right now. All right, sweet. Whatever, man.
So
whatever, man.
Yesterday's podcast was more of a serious, somber, hit home kind of thing, and I was like, Gingy, let's talk about something that's more like let's just flip the script up. Let's talk about something a little more like WTF worthy.
Yeah. I think I found a few of those.
Yeah.
And one of them is actually something that happened in November
Of this year? Okay.
In Egypt.
Egypt. Never been. Haven't been there.
Not impressive.
Yeah.
I'd be impressed if you have been.
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave the title for somewhat towards the end of this.
Okay.
Because
I'm interested.
I want to
lay it on me.
I want to give a little bit of context first. So in Egypt, vicious rain, dust storms, and snow in the southern city of Aswan.
Wait.
Snow, yeah.
All of those things combined happened?
Yes.
That sounds like a mess.
So vicious rain, dust storms, and snow in the southern city of Aswan last week, as in
vicious
in
even.
November.
So they're putting context like this is no ordinary version
Right.
of these things. It is the vicious kind. It is okay.
In November, these things drove out scorpions and snakes out of their hiding places, and that has caused a very serious situation. And
That's horrifying. That sounds like something out of like an indie movie. Like we were like, well, we've overdone this shark thing, so we're gonna do scorpions / snakes.
Scorpionado.
Yeah.
So they, and I quote, hordes of venomous scorpions out of their hiding places and into the streets and homes.
That is a thing of absolute nightmares. And I gotta tell you, I have limited experience in being in the presence of real life scorpions. I mean, we're in Michigan, so we don't have they don't live here. They're not indigenous to Michigan at all.
Yeah.
But like, I'm aware people can have them as pets and things like that. Mm-hmm. But off the top of my head, very limited times where I've seen one in a aquarium to,
right.
Now my my brother-in-law and my sister, they live in Texas, and I know I think one time he put his boot on and one was in there.
Oh no.
Yeah. And
that's like a huge problem down there too. They like warm places.
Yeah. And he went to the hospital for that, obviously. And it was interesting. Last time I was in Vegas, I stayed at, his name is Mobile Gamer, popular, content creator for mobile games and the like, more notably Marvel Strike Force. He's been a friend of mine for a while. We're both like-minded guys. We stayed there for a while. He had to have his yard sprayed for them.
You can have your yard sprayed for scorpions.
Yeah, so just like here, we have pretty common. We had this done in our last house. I don't know if you'd probably know better than I would if we had it done here. I don't believe we did, but our last house, we were near water where we lived, and probably like 3 times a year during the summer, we would have our yard sprayed for mosquitoes.
Wildly different.
Yeah, well, yeah, definitely different.
Scorpions or mosquitoes, both of them want to kill you from the inside.
Right. But so mosquitoes, and obviously I don't think Nevada has much of a mosquito problem, but I found it like I wanted to know more when he told me, I just had my yard sprayed for scorpion. I was like,
what do they use?
Maybe I'll stay at the hotel.
Right. Like, I can't even imagine like what they would use to spray for scorpions. Like that doesn't make sense to me. Like, is it paprika?
You got me.
Mint?
And I don't know the level of chemistry involved to like segregate. Nope, this concoction specifically for scorpions, and it was for more than that. I think there was other stuff it was supposed to deter, and but I don't know to the level of how that. They probably just go around the line of the property line and spray, and somehow they're not inspired to come into that invisible fence of sorts. So, but just the idea that you'd have to spray for that.
Yeah, that's weird. That's weird to me.
Yeah. So anytime I went anywhere, I would like look in little nooks and crannies to kind of like keep it on my radar. Cause I was like, did you spray over here?
Can you get under my bed, please?
I don't know if you sprayed here.
So back to Egypt. All right. So these are the numbers,
okay.
Right?
Yeah.
And this is going to tie directly in. I'm going to read the title and then give you the metric of what, like, the numbers that they've recorded.
Because we kicked this off with the word vicious in context of the elements.
Yeah.
I feel like vicious is about to describe said scorpions now.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
So the title of this article is 3 Dead, Hundreds Injured After Storms Ruse Scorpions in Egypt. They mean hundreds. 3 people have died from scorpion stings and 450 have been injured.
Wow. Like so this was like an epidemic on some level for a brief amount of time where they were accepting people by the dozens.
Oh, I'm sure. Like, I can't even imagine, like, there's a scorpion pandemic. Like, that would be like if the size of Egypt is massive, but let's just condense that down to if there was a scorpion outbreak in Muskegon.
I have like this mental picture of like something from the Mummy Returns or something, like, you know, like a horde of them just that's absolutely horrifying. And the fact that hundreds of people. Now, I wonder what a normal time frame like annually is for deaths and injuries for an entire year. That's probably years worth of.
Oh yeah. So then it goes on to say those who have been injured are being treated with antivenom in hospitals as well as in medical centers that are located in more remote areas. Health officials have even called in doctors who were on vacation to help treat the influx of
so
patients.
It was exactly what we said. It was a big problem.
Yeah.
Wow.
In the meantime, residents are being asked to stay inside their homes.
But the scorpions are going in there.
Right. Limited traffic for a time, closing local highways to prevent accidents due to limited mobility in the rain.
Jeez.
The fact that scorpion stings can be lethal, and the type of scorpion that this is called the Egyptian flat-tailed scorpion, a species found throughout northern Africa. In particular, has been described as one of the most deadly scorpions on Earth.
Now, are they like some spiders where the smaller they are, the more crazy they can?
I know there are like tiny little scorpions but I think these are like bigger than $50.
So the snakes didn't really get a lot of limelight in the article.
They didn't give a shit about the snakes.
Yeah. Well, it shows you the temperament too. So given those kind of circumstances, snakes are just, well, it's raining, so I'm going to hide out. You leave me alone, I'll leave you alone. Right. Where the scorpions are like...
Yeah, fuck you.
Yeah. Hey, it's raining out here. Let me in.
Right.
I'm going to kick this door down.
Scorpions and snakes are roaming everywhere in Egypt. no one's worried about snakes.
Yeah, well, and to think if 450 people were injured in, what was it, like
It didn't say.
So I'm assuming because it's tied to the weather, it had to be a small window of time to where whatever inspired all of this happened. It was probably maybe maximum like 3 days worth of. That's what I would imagine.
That's kind of what I'm thinking too. So at the time of this article being written, it did say that, and this is the time frame they gave.
It could have been really isolated, where it was just like one circumstance that pushed them all out and started the whole thing.
So it says vicious rain, dust storms, and snow last week.
Okay.
So it was more than likely within a 7-day span that it had happened. Numbers were gained, and the article was written.
Oh.
Yeah, that's terrifying. Like, I hate spiders. Like, not that I'm afraid of them, I just want them all to die.
Yeah,
I can't imagine scorpions.
Like in the terror, for me myself being scared, I feel like scorpions are on another level, though.
Yeah, this is how I think about it.
I feel like you hear nothing. There's nothing in there about spiders.
Right. This is how I think about it. Spiders are scary, like creepy. I don't like spiders.
Yeah.
Scorpions are battle ready spiders.
Yeah.
Like I don't like that shit.
Yeah.
They've got armor. They've got weapons. I don't like it. Yeah. They're organized. Apparently, they're creating a militia.
They got lobster hands too, man.
Yeah.
Which is the most terrifying part of a lobster. This is big grippy ass. It's not that they got fangs or anything like that. It's this grippy ass claws that they have. And have you ever seen lobsters can be mean and kind of scary?
Yeah.
And they don't even have that big curly ass tail over the top with the big pointy. Oh man,
there's got to be like all right, anybody listening or watching, if you know how much a scorpion pinch hurts, drop it in the comments.
I should have called my brother-in-law.
I want to know how much it hurts. I'm sure there's videos everywhere. Like there's that guy that goes out and gets stung by things on purpose.
Yeah,
I bet he knows.
Being poisoned from something like that too, I think is like, it's a whole different kind of hurt.
Oh yeah,
because of what's going on with the.
It's inside of you.
Yeah, so there's stuff going on inside of you that, like, I've heard explanations from certain wildly poisonous snakes to where they give like a verbalization of what is going on internally when someone is bitten by one of them, and I imagine. A scorpion, because I'm guessing there are certain snakes that you'll die right away. I don't know if that's an issue with scorpions, because you got to think, out of 453 people, there was 3 fatalities. So, and this was from one of the most deadly. So the window of mortality seems to be.
At least long enough to get to the hospital. You can get to the hospital.
Yeah. I'm sure though, if let's say you're way out in the desert and it happens and you're an hour away from treatment, things could get sketchy.
And also take into consideration, once these people got to the hospital had to have been equipped with enough antivenom to treat them.
Yeah.
And if they weren't,
some of that stuff is really expensive because it's hard to get, because you get the antivenom from the source, so they would have to harvest that.
Yeah. So I actually have
now they got a whole bunch. Right. They can make all kinds of it.
They have a ton.
Yeah.
So I actually have a story about something like that. So my oldest brother, he lives in Alaska, and him and his family, his wife, and at the time his 2 daughters, and their dog went hiking up in the mountains. The dog, he was a Weimaraner, very smart animals. She started growling into like a brushed area. My brother heard a rattlesnake.
Ooh, okay.
And
we do have those here.
Yeah. So the dog and the rattlesnake got into a fight. His dog killed the rattlesnake, but got bit.
Okay.
And they very swiftly cut their hiking trip short, obviously. My brother ran down this mountain with his dog in his hands. And the anti-venom was like 10 grand.
Whoa.
To cure his dog.
Wow.
Yeah. It was crazy. It's unfortunately they couldn't afford that. So, or what, I don't know what the circumstances was, but it didn't end up happening, and the dog died. Which is terribly unfortunate. I've personally watched this dog for almost a year when he was deployed.
That's tough, man.
Like, that dog was a great dog, and that's the kind of shit that, like, you think about it, like 450 people got stung by these deadly scorpions, and if it's any metric similar to that.
Yeah,
that's 10 grand a pop. I can't even imagine.
So let's just say, and I don't assume that it is. Let's just say it is $4.5 million. That's probably easier.
Yeah, in just anti-venom, not even treatment costs.
Yeah,
hospital bills, all that. Other
stuff, which I'm sure. Has the potential to add at least another $2 grand onto that or something.
It has to be. Yeah. Like that's like a $5 to $6 million incident.
Yeah, holy smokes.
Yeah,
but that's
because of a storm.
Obviously, that's hypothetical. If they were in the same ballpark for if anybody out there knows what the cost for anti-venom for scorpion stings are.
A flat-tailed, or an Egyptian flat-tailed scorpion. Because that's very important.
I mean, I gotta know now.
Yeah. This entire story, like, from start to finish, blows my mind. Like, I can't even... It's just wild that, like, there's this big of a problem, like, just a storm. Oh, got it. Your face. It's so much worse, isn't it?
Here's the first thing that comes at the very top of a Google search for how much is scorpion antivenom. You make it to the emergency room where the charge for a dose of the same antivenom can cost as much as $12,000, according to a survey by the Arizona Republic. Since patients need 3 to 5 doses, the cost can reach about $50,000.
Okay.
However, there's also an article underneath of it that says treating a scorpion sting is $100 in Mexico or $12,000 in the U.S. Also interesting.
So let's just take that into consideration. That goes from a $4.5 million venture just in antivenom to $22.5 million.
I'm surprised.
Egypt's doing good.
That they had enough. Well, that's the other thing, though. That's America.
Yeah.
But we don't know what it costs there. Just like it said $100 for antivenom in Mexico.
Yeah, I'm sure it's a lot more prevalent of an issue down there too.
Yeah, and the other thing is too, I heard that steroids you can go in and buy those and they're cheap there in Mexico. So I'm guessing the scorpions there are jacked.
God damn it. I'm actually hitting my head right now. Yeah, that's what I had. Scorpions, Scorpionado in Egypt.
That's exactly that's exactly what my mental picture of how that is. I just see droves of them. Because you got to think, for 450 people, they were in mass.
Yeah.
To be able to, because think of all the people that didn't get stung, even though there was some sort of presence. Man, thing of nightmares.
Yeah. That's terrifying. Just dusty scorpions ravaging Egypt. Those bastards.
All right, guys, that's going to do it for this episode. Let us know in the comments what your experiences have been with scorpions, what you think about this occurrence in Egypt and how it make you feel. And we'll see you guys in the next video. Okay, bye.